to more money. And today is Sunday, I finished and get buzzing.
But there's no problem there at all. It's possible you can still pay tomorrow.
Lord, I think you're not level. I'm not joking. If you can't help me, tell me loan.
Yeah, I can help you. Let me ask you, have you heard about EcoBank Money Emergency Number?
You say what? Just leave me alone. I'm telling you, I need to pay my money tomorrow morning first thing. And then they'll open way down o'clock. They can't help me.
But you're not even going to the bank, Tano. All you have to do is to dial *326# and request for 50% of your salary. You will pay EcoBank back within 30 days, and the interest are only 3%. The money will be sent to your account in a minute, and you can use your ATM card to withdraw it from any EcoBank ATM.
That man. You mean I'll get it the same day?
Oh yes, instantly. I mean in a minute. But to you, EcoBank that baby.
I think so.
What big here? EcoBank can make things happen sharp. For any money emergency, just dial *326# to help yourself out.
EcoBank, the Pan African Bank.
The Armed Forces Today, a force for good, is a 45-minute radio and online presentation which brings the Armed Forces of Liberia closer to the public. It gives an in-depth analysis of activities and issues of the Armed Forces of Liberia as an undisputed force for good. This informative and educated presentation will be held once a week with a repeat on various radio and online stations. We will be your hosts, Major Stephen Tortapla
and Major Eldorado Nyanti Jebo. Coming soon. Armed Forces Today, a force for good. Don't miss out.
No need to spend plenty of money on traditional septic tank that has a lot of different challenges. Biodigester septic tank is the best modern solution for all waste management. One biodigester septic tank can serve you for more than 25 years with no problem. Cheddar Construction Company of Africa Incorporated also gave 1 to 2 years period of free maintenance. Additional services include building construction, electrical wiring, plumbing, POPCD and sculpture, and many others. For more details, visit Cheddar office at Covenant Builders Campus, Vocal Mission, Pinsville, Liberia, or call 0776 454130, 0776 454130, or 08098 4569, or you can visit our Facebook page, Cheddar Construction Company of Africa Incorporated. Cheddar, your trusted partner for all construction needs.
Listen and watch the news and current events on TV and the internet, supplied by the mainstream media. And in some cases, I just shake my head in disbelief. I ask myself, why would a journalist ask such a disrespectful question, or intimate by way of a throwaway statement of remark an untruth that is unfounded and in some cases completely false? I feel the real reason some journalists in the mainstream media conduct themselves in this manner is purely to grab an extra ratings point or to impress their bravely misguided news directors, basically just to do their job. How sad. Where did this all go wrong? You know, you have a journalist. Sadly, these simple rules and guidelines are still collecting dust in an archive box somewhere in the dark. 50 years ago, I came across a document called the Journalist Creed. It's a very simple set of rules and guidelines that encompass what journalism is and how a journalist should conduct themselves. Sadly, few journalists in today's mainstream media come across the principles of this creed.
of God, and I know who I am. I've been bought by His blood. All things made new. If you knew me before, I'm no longer the same. Who I was behind, who I am is in Christ. Grace is working for me. Working for me. No grace. Come on, man. Liberians. And this text said, Ishmael Willie from Sano County. From, let me read it again. Okay, so this is the news. From Buchanan to RTI. RTI is in Riverses, around the Sanquin River, dividing Riverses from Sano County. And he said from Buchanan to RTI, you can use Keke to go. All Liberians, why did this moment delay to come? But anything we do, we say grace. Is working. Not by power, not by might, but your spirit is moving. Grace is working for me. Not by power, not by might, but your spirit is moving. Grace is working for me. It is working. It is working, it is working, it's working, it's working. Eba Blackie, where are you this afternoon? As we prepared for a serious discussion this afternoon on your platform, State of the Nation, grace is working for us. Guess who told me about this song? Magdalene Saah.
So you like it?
Huh?
You like it?
Oh man, when I go home, I nearly slept on this music last night when I was driving home.
Wow.
And the others who were standing waiting for Keke, and they saw me moving my hand. I said, "Look, this thing, I'm not the originator of it. It is just grace."
You know, sometimes when I'm playing those music in the office, you be like, you're not paying attention.
No,
but I think you can be.
from the day you play in the office,
Yeah.
you didn't notice me. My computer is always blocking my face when you enter.
Mm-hmm.
When that music was playing, and I thought where God has brought me to this point, my family, my children. And then I started to. You didn't notice I took the napkin and wiped my face, right? I was wiping the tears. I can't explain.
You know, there are some things that like what you are saying, words are inadequate. So if I sit and say, oh, okay, sometimes I can tell you, say, I'm motivating you again. I need to go buy you one, get one, get one.
Yes.
Yeah.
I give up. I can tell you I won't give up.
No, I say,
Wait, why are you talking?
yeah, but this song, or any other, music as a whole is a food of the
It's
soul.
therapy.
Yes. So what I should be telling you about, I play a song. I play a lot of songs, and I know you have how you go into yourself when these songs are being played. And for this one, I'm noticing you. I can be spying you, but I'm not paying attention. So instead of me explaining to you,
I said, but this is a song that if he doesn't know how God loves him and the grace has been, let me just play and leave. But you've been running behind me. How do you call that song? Grace. He just said grace. They even up like he said, what do you mean grace? Call the full name of the song. So the song title is Grace. Grace is working. Yeah.
Grace is working for me.
Yeah.
But this is Ibe's version of it. Ibe, we say what message? The message is you can now drive back from Buchanan to RTR, crossing the Saquon River into Sino County due to the road intervention. For me, I made a testimonial this morning on 50/50.
Okay.
Out of from 1 hour 32 minutes from Brewerville to my farm, it is now a 17-minute drive because of the road intervention.
I mean, it sounds unbelievable, but I believe it. But I mean, it is something that who really thought, something of such would have happened in just
not the cut you off. This is crossing across the country.
Yes,
it is not one place. Those of you who went to rubber sport for the surfing competition, tell me the condition of the road. But this one is titled Grace from Me or Grace from Me. This one is not Grace is working for me. This one is
it's
Grace
Ebube.
from Me. Ebube is done by the same guy, Neon Adejo.
My mind can comprehend. Yeah. The wonders of your grace. I'm so sure it's not. Oh, be fine. I'm so thankful. I can tell, and I know it's your grace on my days. Always say you.
So you be hiding there.
I bought it just for the music.
See if I could be. I'm so glad you found me. I can see, I can tell, and I know still play all my days. I see your grace. Lord, I am here only by your prayer. Thank you, Jesus, for not giving up on me.
In the Igbo language, Ebube means miracle. Yes. Derek Cody said something yesterday. I was trying to get the audio. I didn't get it. I don't know who authorized him to record the show. That didn't come down well with me. He should have elected me, giving the authorization. But at least we got it on. We tried to get it up. But he was bitter yesterday, especially with this selfishness about Liberian people. Look, for God's sake, I'll say it today on 50/50. I said, this time in 2018, just after the election and then inauguration, what was in the streets was yellow machines were clearing acres of land for the construction of 49 condominiums belonging to or deeded to one person. Deeded to one person. The property deeded to one person. 6 years down the line, after, in the same period, like 2018, we're talking about 285 yellow machines owned not by one person, but by the Republic. Owned by one person and owned by not one person, but by the Republic. And I said, well, those who are asking for accountability of it, well, should ask, keep asking. Like we ask about the 49 condominiums, that we ask about the 25 million mop-up money, that we ask for the COVID money. Keep asking. Just keep asking. Yes, it is your right. It is your right to keep asking. And you know, if you don't ask, then we should go back to Greece where democracy originated. That means everybody should agree. And if everybody agrees, then that means the government will even start getting afraid. No dissenting view, no. So when the people were asking these questions about accountability 6 years ago, they were referred to as enemy of the state. Now, those who were referring to people as enemy of the state, they are the one now requesting accountability or transparency in this situation, this machine situation. I am of the view, like I said yesterday on this platform, the government didn't manage the public relation well. There was some deficit. I do agree, but that is minute, very, very minute to the benefit of this. Already, it is like me. If I became president of the Republic of Liberia, man, there should be, without interference, but there should be a vibrant media community, because that is where I come from. Unfortunately, we don't see it in soccer last time. If we don't see it in agriculture this time, then woe unto us as Liberians. Then if I become president, I'm going to see the media as an ordinary, for God's sake, your area that you use to excel should not be a dead area while you are serving as the face of the country. It should not. Everybody knows what football became. So, if agriculture fails, and I'm bringing agriculture in because these machines are basically going to be used farm to market road. What are you bringing to the market? You're not bringing anything other than agricultural produce. So they tie into it. And if this sector fails, then the entire 40-year period of Baka's involvement into governance or service is discounted. Let me put it that way. So don't worry about accountability. It will come. He should account. But how can you not see it's a welcoming initiative, but we look forward to accountability? Maintenance. How are they going to be fueled? The distribution, we already know, 19 per county. Now, these machines will not go to county. People will not talk about population. The machines, according to what they said, will not go to county based on population 19, evenly distributed. The last time I saw an ambulance coming from Buffalo, headed towards Monrovia, and they passed by me with high speed. When they went like 2 minute drive, you had to slow down and move below 50 miles per hour. Imagine with a critical condition on board. What was that? Because no road. And the driver tells me by the time they got to redemption, the person was announced dead upon arrival. The speed, the bumper speed, and the others. Our call to this government should be accountability. People are saying they want to demonstrate to call on the president to back the transaction. Okay. Block the transaction. When you are doing your demonstration, don't just stop me from coming to work. It is your right. Don't stop me from coming to work. If I don't want to participate in it, do not bank at my vehicle. Because we've reached to a point where we don't know what we want. In 2006, Representative then Josh Mulber was proffering an argument on the House of Representative floor. I was then a legislative affair reporter for Truth FM. He said, look, all this road issue we had here, like credit $5 billion. Or one of, I think five, he says 5 or 6, or one of them. Borrow it. Let it go directly to road rehabilitation. If we had done that, I don't know how far we would have been today. When you're traveling to Grand Gide, after Sacré-Pied, you're heading towards Tapita. Jackson Theodore Hospital is in between. Certain portion of the road, they pave it with cement, concrete pavement. You know what? For the dust. But before you get on the pavement from the other side of the road, it's bumpy. Now we hear it, taxi drivers are now commuting between Monrovia and Harper. Strange, 10 years. Those machines are not the one doing the work. The machines that are here on the ground, hired or owned by construction company, hired by government, are the ones making the intervention. All along we're in Monrovia here, some of it, and I'm guilty of it. We didn't know. We did not know that works were ongoing. We didn't know that works were ongoing. Yeah. So those who said we should stop eating too much to build roads are the ones now questioning. Yeah.
Oh, he part of it too? He part of it too? Your good friend?
No. Yeah.
Huh?
My good friend. Yeah, no, you're not part of. Not part. So we've come of age. July 26th will make this country how many years? 178, right?
Yeah.
178.
Very far, because sometimes I get weak at vocabulary like various age.
178?
177.
177.
Yeah, but let's take it back as far back as 1822 when Liberia was founded. It will be, we are 202 years old.
From 1822
Yeah.
to now, 202 years. From 1847 to now,
It's 177.
177.
Yeah.
We're still drinking water with drop bucket.
You won't be how many years?
You drinking water.
But that's, I think, I don't want to say it's okay, but people say drinking from the creek.
Yeah, but that's how severe things are.
Yeah.
Oh, but we were here, one Western Cluster Company. People say that work is here coming for. How is that your business? You think we want to continue being cut off all the time? We were here, Western Cluster. As notorious as that deal was, not even an agreement, but an MOU, a concession agreement. That company is operating on an MOU. As notorious as it could be, they renege on all the responsibilities. Still, we went and waived 40 or 7 million of what they're supposed to give us. You allowed them to destroy the roads. Though they had a right way to rehabilitate the rail, they downplay it, destroy the road, so the commuters, the ordinary people, are the one catching the pinch of it. Go and see what is happening now on that road. Commuters are breathing relief because those trucks were like beasts and traumatizing beasts. Who does that? Allows a company, iron ore company, to mine iron ore out of your country and ship it through your port by road, trucks. No safety rules. You gave them from 7 up to the time. But by 5:30, 5:45, 6 o'clock, they're already in Douala competing with motorcyclists, keke, and smaller vehicles on a narrow road, already encroached upon by marketers. Everybody knows. They didn't cancel the agreement. The government is just going to put some measures into place. Who knows, some of the iron ores that make their way out of here, they could just be used to build some of those machines that are on their way here. But yes, the primary raw material needed to build yellow machine is iron. You are there producing. There are mixed views all over the place. Gabriel Williams is one of those. Like, he called in once upon a time to commend Representative Musa Bedede, for the construction of the bridge. Mr. Williams has an issue. I don't know whether for and against. We hear from the horse's mouth of the importation of these yellow machines. Mr. Gabriel Williams, good afternoon to you. How are you? How is Sacramento this afternoon or this morning?
Good morning from my to you, Chris and Magdalene. It's a beautiful day. We in summer now, and so it's getting hotter and hotter every day.
And I see several photos of Liberians there wearing some nice short skirts and trousers. Liberians are beautiful, especially the guys, the women.
Mr. Welker, ah, oh,
Yes, and this is the moment you guys go to the shopping mall, especially Victoria's Secret, all the places. That's the time you see Liberian men really shopping for their ladies. Wow, you can control my eyeball. That's why it will be difficult for men to live in our country, because I don't know how to control my eyeball, really. Eh?
I back it up for you.
Why you tell me, say, are you looking at me right now? What is that?
I back it up for you.
Yeah, man. You know, I get small eyes. Yeah, so to see, I got to stretch. Oh, they're doing well. They eat a lot of chicken wings and feet. But they what the Crocs?
The chicken
I
wings.
I buy I buy their feet. You know they're carnivores. They eat flesh. I'm actually building. Maybe I want to say first post-war zoo, and I've started at a very good note. I got an eaglet now on his way to the zoo to me. Unfortunately, it is just it's just single. I'm looking for a pair eaglet. For those of you who is a baby eagle, and we are on course for that. So, but the Crocs are doing extremely well.
Why, I'm a certain, ask around, organizations or individuals who are interested in these things. That you can just expand it beyond where you are because it's a very good initiative to preserve these animals and protect them. It's close to my heart.
The
Ask you these questions.
the last time I chopped $10 from somebody headed towards Bopolu and heard that where we had crocodiles in captivity. His children had not seen crocodiles, and they came to see it. So they had to pay to see it. Yeah, $10. That went beyond pound one. And so I was like,
But please,
yeah.
you use modern language in communication. If you say captivity, I'm telling you, you'll be in trouble here with all the animal rights people in America.
Okay, so they are right. They are right. Their right ends where mine begins. They're in captivity. And they're living in. Okay, they live with me on the farm. They live with me on the farm. They live with me on the farm. Yeah.
Support to build the environment for them. That will make them happy, that will make their lives, that they will expand. You can get support for it. But if you go and say captivity, they will turn on you. You accuse of the government promoting animal abuse and stuff. Those things, the sensitivity you got.
Animal abuse.
Wow.
Small dear me do animal abuse. But let's go to our subject. Let's go to our subject matter here. Yellow machines, 285. Your county Grand Bassa could benefit 19. Or Riverside, where are you from? Okay, so those two counties, what, 19, what, 18, what, 38. Those two counties could just beg 38 yellow machines for road rehabilitation and connection. What's your impression about this? There are mixed view here on the ground. If I should just give you a background, mixed view. People are saying this is a shady deal. One of them is Samuel Jackson, my good friend. He's there in the United States. But some people here said, well, we will go for it. It is the prerogative, it is the burden of President Boakai to account to the Liberian people. But we, the Liberian people, we want those machines. We're tired. We're tired. Bar rolls. I don't know whether you're aware, this PR running up for the first time in 10 years, a taxi cab took off from Harper and reached Monrovia the same day. That was a week ago. What's your impression about these yellow machines?
My brother, my sister, Magdalene, when I heard that these machines, I literally jumped up and danced. Why did I jump up and dance? It was because, I remember, you asked me where you come from. I told you, this is in Basel. On my last stint like when I served in the government, there were places, in Basel and resources I could not go because, because of the road conditions. Those places where they have roads, trust me, I went there. So when I heard you see, the question was that some of these villages, you won't want to go there, so go back, God's will, my next few or so, Liberia, I can go to any of these places. They are close to my home and there are things I can do. We are bringing them to these places, but sometimes we look at the cross, you lose the cross, you the book that I have now, that I even say, that all houses of books like distributed to the public schools and the MCSS. So it's close to my heart. But let's come back to this thing. I don't know how the government, how the doing, in terms of public information. I woke up this morning and I saw this from the Africa report, normally when these reports are released, I'm wondering what they're doing on the mailing list and it's sent to me. And I woke up and I read it, very disappointing. As to how the whole this equipment that was being brought to build these roads, the whole crowd now surrounding me. How could God go and put out information without doing due diligence? Whether you be able, you come and provide the information that the public needs. Imagine the equity of the how people will have this need. But critical minds, that's what I'm asking. They didn't explain what I'm talking about. They said, no team, I don't wish. Not the public relation best. And but they have this meeting, when I look at efficiency in when chasing our government, I always criticize. If you had a cabinet of the weekend that was on Saturday, and this thing had been announced, don't you think Saturday to now, or up to Tuesday, or up to Monday, you could have come to providing necessary clarity? But you know, with the skill us information that's using that. Then you're having a list that you deal at the wish, you just know that you're letting people down. At the time the government will be serious. At the time when people say this government is barely moving, this is the honeymoon period of the government. And this is the honeymoon period. God help all the government is going to be after 6 months from now because these challenges they need to address. We handle this to us so badly. It's the worst public relations that government has ever made. I'm telling you, there are people when doing it, we praise them. But this is, I can't even say much.
I don't speak for the government, but it was very difficult to arrest the situation the way I saw it because it was a moment of for each cabinet ministers to present their achievement and what they see next. And one of the participants broke the news. Like I heard the Minister of Agriculture, who is on his way here to appear, making some intervention for vegetable farmers. So be it, the minister with that portfolio at the mansion doing their presentation. Unfortunately, the presentation, or maybe fortunately, the presentation took overshadow all others. So it was not something that somebody had and trying to keep it away from the public. Unfortunately, it slipped out into the public. So I saw it in a chat room that I am member of, over 300 persons in the chat room. So, what do you think they could have done from Friday to Monday?
You cannot come to a cabinet retreat that you broadcast live. The images of these new equipment. It was like new flags and blaze up on them. So it was just a mess. There is no purpose. During that time. People under the impression that you're not policing, we are only shit coming, or even extend our team from our own place, we put this up. We refer children, we have to come and up. We move the vehicle going to that place, and you say our team about it. And our team of other places in the process, you're coming. And let me just say, Mr. Yanti, listen to her Americans that she now call for the government to put in place the communication strategy to promote the government information.
Yes, I've read that, and I heard that as well. Yes.
Thank you. This is very critical. Even more government without communication strategy. Indian one water, you are setting yourself up for serious disaster. You are setting yourself up for turn against your objective. You can have it first. We are in the same state. When the king I was at the embassy, I did so that I did and doing memoir. And I'm telling you something. Submitted to them for the communication, policy. Use this as a guide now to see how you're taking place. Stop that and all the people with information where this is what the president is going to do this. But when I submit a senior government do this, using the power relation until they get to the grand board and bring professionals to put a communication policy together, giving them the chance, using the ground now. Convene the corpus of professionals who will come and put something together that will be a roadmap for the government information dissemination. It's a mess. What you do is assume that you can come and conflict our own thing. And then they are all the shit and stuff. And you're sitting there for standing now. So you know that people know that you come to
So, Mr. Williams, I will keep disclaiming. I don't speak for the government, but trust me, those machines will come. Those machines will come, and modalities are almost concluding to come. As I said, it was a cabinet retreat presentation, so it was not like, yeah. So yeah, quickly, yes.
I'm speaking, for it's a merit that I report. It focus Africa, credible media entities that are always used as a source. To take that report. When I say I'm on the news stuff, anything happening on the side that we're looking as to get on your side of stuff. The first thing that I read this morning, that the fiasco with the way the end of this state. So see what you
Well, the deficit, the PR deficit associated with this machine with this machine situation, in my opinion, is minute as compared minute to the benefits that Liberians are about to accrue.
from the Africa. Like I said, me, I get my information from sources that I believe. Until I can read anything otherwise, there is no serious agreement as yet about those machines. From what I gleaned is that these were things that were being turned on. There's no clarity on what and shit coming back here. Until they can come and say, here is everything providing information that people need or know. Or they will bring the shit up and we're all doing it. And like I said, raise some of these issues for the things that we will do. We have our own recommendations. So after this, until we can get everything, I'm going to go to sleep. And we really get one. We get it. We can't really do this. But afterwards, it's just a fiasco. There's a serious population of yes.
Which one is the fiasco? The machine coming to Liberia is a fiasco, or the PR?
I'm not sure if you see the news or press straight away saying the government has reached an agreement to bring this equipment to place. It's in the news today. I listen to that. How you call it? The report from Frontish Africa.
So Front Page Africa is quoting. Who is Front Page Africa quoting?
Congress can use some information there was known. Where you got to without any doubt.
But I listened to the Minister of Information. He said, come what may, these machines will come to Liberia. I listened to that. I'm not quoting a media. I'm quoting the Minister of Information.
Okay. But based on primary sources, newspaper, I'm not talking about government officials trying to make up for what it is. I'm talking about credible sources. The Front Africa, when I read something like the Front Africa, the Daily Observer, the Inquirer, I can go to sleep with them because they are credible media entities.
So you should equally. We're not soliciting. We're not soliciting. You should equally. We're not soliciting, but you should equally add State of the Nation to those lists or Truth FM to the list of credible media institutions. And I'm telling you this one. I'm telling you that I listen to the Minister of Information, come what may, whether they are poor PR, whether they are not poor PR, come what may, these machines will make their way to Liberia.
Thank you, Chris, and apologies for bringing out the State of the Nation not being relevant.
Oh.
Sound biased. You see, I didn't want to sound biased. You see, when I say, I don't want to sound self-congratulating. But since you basically let me just say, you have at the top of the power. But based on your questions that you asked, even when I'm with you guys, but here in the place, where we are, there is something that is not right with the whole process. And the truth is, the government beyond that, they need to go back to it. Whether the machines are clean, I'm aware of that. I said, I'm not going to days and I want to become. But the way they handle it is a serious mess.
So it's actually harmless. It's actually harmless. If we do a comparative analysis of the repercussion of, in quotation, the poor public relation versus the benefit to be accrued, the poor public relation is going to be suppressed all the way down there. So, I mean, leave that. Yes, people are asking, but again, I don't want to keep repeating myself. In no matter what happens, those machines, whether they were poor PR or not, those machines will eventually find their way to Liberia. And what is most important for me, in my opinion, should be when they come, even distribution, maintenance, fueling, who should be accountable, who should be accounting for this, that. Yeah, PR, yes. But the PR and like the way I listen to the foreign minister, yes, there's a need for a whole strategy of government public relations. Mind you, and I have no doubt in the ability of the folks who are handling it because they were there before. They performed excellently well. It was just a matter of 6 years rest period. They're back. So, like everybody believe, the government took off at the snail pace, and look how things are happening now. They're recalibrating and moving forward.
Yes, the government where they made significant progress, like where the deliverables, where the focus on rehabilitating roads and stuff. Those are the establishment, the effort to establish the work the crimes. These are notable efforts. But see, I'm not a government person. When I see something, appear when it's something that should be applauded, but it is something that is consumable risk. Case and which is good at this charitable thing or these equipment that you're bringing to Liberia, giving the information, comes with the information that I'm reading for parallel information, media outlets. They gave you no reason to be concerned. So at this point, when you bring the equipment, when we need the equipment out there, you put it up with that cost space. I'm sure you guys will be gracious enough to have me and your opinion again, to provide some recommendations. So as far as it is, until the government will come and provide some real clarity that will satisfy the minds of people, it's just a mess. And that's it. I'm sorry.
Maybe we could use.
A major development like this, a major thing like this for the government to go ahead in this way, seriously.
Okay, thank you, Gabriel Williams. You're there in the U.S. At one time, press counselor, minister counselor at the United States Liberian Mission in Washington D.C. He's now in private life. One-time Deputy Minister for Public Affairs, Ministry of Information, Cultural Affairs and Tourism. One-time President of the Press Union of Liberia. And a writer, the man who lost his job after publishing his book, Corruption in Africa, and is becoming one of our regular panelists on State of the Nation. Mr. Williams, thanks so much for the time. We caught you unaware, but you were ready. Thank you so much.
Yeah, but Christian, we are let me just say, I know Minister P, I know he's a very competent person. I know the challenge they are facing at our Ministry of Information with very little resources. So they do a good work. But as a goal, make sure that they do something with the communication policy.
I don't know whether you know. I don't know whether you're aware of the severity of situations at this government agency. Mind you, yesterday we had a CSA boss here, Civil Service Agency. Out of $3-4 million budget allotted to civil service, they met $191 Liberian dollar, not thousand, $191 in the account. Imagine that 10,000 LD. Then at National Transit Authority, just hold on, Chief. At the National Transit Authority, they met out of nearly $500,000 in budget, they met $41. These are the challenges faced, and you see all these government agencies are all dilapidated. Facial expression, that is the structure of the building. You see depressed employees, so everyone is down with trying to resuscitate actual works at these government agencies. But again, I don't want to believe of you, but in the interim, some things could just be slipping on their hands, but not necessarily meaning that they're now on top of their gains.
The level of dilapidation. And I always repeat myself how we are government where this country completely broken and there's still a serious dysfunction. Just all the problem our country problem is we are. We are a mess, it's an incompetent leader, and in the fullness of time, we are the tour and all of those guys will be destroying our crimes. These are very serious situations. So we know the president of the country that is really broken. And these are the first of the challenges. But why do this? We cannot keep giving excuses. We got to give them the political because if you keep playing with the feelings of the people, pretty soon when we lose COVID-19, it's gone. Public COVID-19, everything is important, and that's the point I'm stressing. I know that we are going through a lot. Some words around because we are in a bunch of incompetent, the worst the country broken look out. They are there now to have to do their best. That's why I really want to do that coming up program. I always proffer recommendations to help with things, not just to come criticize about it. So thank you.
Thank you, Gabriel Williams, there in the United States. We take a break to be right back. Now, the Minister of Agriculture is in studio. This one, again, by popular demand. The one I'm so sure. And I know it's your grace.
They said, "Boo." Okay, so next is the agro segment. It's 10 minutes after 4. Yes, agro segment. And it's an honor to have the Minister of Agriculture. Dr. Nutat is going to be with us for the next 50 minutes. Ese Bube. Who's in love with this song? Okay. Yes. For not giving up on me.
And you know, everyone is tuning in now. Oh, those who are stakeholders in the agro sector. Robert Binba, I know you're listening, right? Love Liberian rice producer, right?
Yes.
And it is good that the Minister of Agriculture is here. Before him, Magdalene will account for the rice that she received on our behalf.
No, I beg you. They are accountability to you.
Yeah, they accountable. What we came, I mean, they came on a matter. I never say we.
I mean, feel free.
I'm a feel free, eh?
Yeah.
As soon as we get signal from the TV crew. Okay, now it's beaming loud and clear. The microphone closing in my face. Bring it down.
Okay. We can't see the minister face.
Okay, so all is set. Guys. Yeah, man, I'm gonna miss this platform when I take my sick leave very soon. Oh my goodness.
What? So you expect to get sick? Oh my
No,
God.
we're gonna sick. I gotta get sick before I take. I'm gonna leave. I'm going to go for treatment. I got my ticket already.
So you the one was seeing the last time. I will get sick tomorrow. You had issue with it. You see? I mean, you just the same.
I got my ticket already. I'm going.
Okay.
Yes.
Definitely, if this interview,
Yeah, man. But I really miss you, friendly speaking. Yes. So, but I would. Yeah. Anyway, we'll be in contact. Okay. This is State of the Nation. It's going to its 4th year now since it was resuscitated, and we have this platform not exclusive, but everyone. We discuss everything that we think, or every fabric of our society. And of course, we've made headways. We made news for ourselves. We don't use this platform to throw insults, or we don't allow and I want to use this platform to throw in. So that's another issue. The last time we hosted the Minister of Agriculture, Dr. J. Alexander Nota. He went 5 minutes, gave his bio, and so today, making his second appearance, we're going to go strictly into discussion. As I said last evening, I listened to the Minister of Agriculture on ELBC doing his presentation and giving hopes to vegetable farmers. That he has just concluded a 3-county tour. What did he find? If there anything to solve, how is he going to solve it? What are the solutions? And then the 90 days or the 100 days that everyone has been talking about. What is his share of the 100 days? I got the entire read out, made some scores there. It's already is published. Those of you can Google it. Joseph Walker 100-day deliverables. They're there. But face to face, here is the Minister of Agriculture, my good friend Dr. J. Alex. Good afternoon to you, Chief.
Good afternoon, Chris, and good afternoon to the listening audience out there. Let me also extend my warm greetings to Magdalene, the only lady in the house. Thank
Yes,
you
sir.
for providing this platform.
Thank you, sir. You're welcome. Oh, yeah.
Minister, let me file a complaint. The rest that you sent in appreciation of our work here and to enjoy your labor on for your farm. I heard about it. I've not seen it tangibly to touch it. It disappeared in thin air. I just want to let you know that. Corruption, even in low places. Yeah, I'm not going to. I'm a sugar.
Chris, don't worry. I can give you a bag of rice, but not a black one.
Okay, no problem. No problem. This time it will not from the ministerial complex straight. Bro, it will not come this way. Yes, good to see you, Chief.
Thank you, Chris.
Okay, so let's do it chronologically. The 100 days, they will come to cabinet retreat. Your nationwide tour.
Okay.
Yes. So here we are.
Okay.
The first thing, the 100 days.
The first 100 days.
Yeah, first 100 days.
You know, we all know very well that agriculture is not something you can do in 3 days, 4 days, or in 30 days. Agriculture is something that is seasonal. There are seasons associated with what we do in the sector. So when we were appointed and then the president was inaugurated, we committed to doing a couple of things that we thought were necessary to set the stage for what we intend to do in the sector.
Mm-hmm.
And one of those things we embarked on was to develop a national agriculture development plan. In that plan, we clearly articulated what we intend to achieve in the agriculture sector over the next 5 to 6 years.
Mm-hmm.
So we were able to complete that plan within the 100 days that we promised we were going to complete it in. The second document that we also produced was the zero post-harvest loss strategy. The zero post-harvest loss strategy is critical for the agriculture sector also because, you know, in our system, one of the things that farmers experience is high degree of post-harvest loss. So this strategy is going to be guiding us and supporting the National Agriculture Development Plan in its implementation to ensure that our farmers who will be in the respective value chain will have the right strategy, the right facility, the right equipment to strengthen post-harvest management in the various sector, not just for crop, but even for livestock. Our strategy is going to guide us on what kind of investment will be needed in the sector to support post-harvest handling. And then the third document that we embark on is what we call the preparedness plan for food and nutrition security crisis. What that plan does is it puts the country in a position to be able to adequately respond to food security crisis when they are emerging or even when they are full blown. So that strategy will enable us to be able to monitor our food system periodically. It will also help us to see what happens on the international scene that have the potential to impact national food security situation. So that document was developed within the 100 days. We were able to complete that. We were also able to look at what we call the food supply chain analysis. That report provides information on how agricultural food commodities can be shipped, can be handled across the country. Because as you know, some of our development partners, specifically the WFP, is one of the greater institutions when it comes to logistic management. So they were very instrumental in helping us develop that strategy. We work with them on, that report, work with them on that. We were also able to work with the World Bank. The World Bank was the chief supporter of this preparedness plan, the crisis preparedness plan, and then the FAO, WFP, and IFA sponsored the development of the zero post-harvest loss strategy. And for our national development plan, we work with our partner again. We were able to gather information and support from all our partner or most of our development partners in the development because the National Agriculture Plan, Development Plan, is intended to guide investment in the agriculture sector. So in order to be able to commit our development partner to its implementation, we had consultation with some of them.
Mhm.
In fact, the FAO, as a key technical support provider in the agriculture sector for the development partner side, were very instrumental in driving that along with our technicians so that it has the buy-in from our partners. And then we had a validation where we brought in some of the key stakeholders in the rural agriculture value chain at the technical level to discuss the plan and endorse it before we even took it to national validation that was done in Bangabon County. So that's what we did in the first 100 days of our. But not just besides those documents, we were also able to tour maybe not a national tour, but to visit some of the facilities that we thought we should invest in. We were able to go to the former and identify 1,000 hectares of lowland and started some preliminary preparation for investment during the year. And we identified a couple of them also in Lofa County, Fagonda specifically, where we were able to identify 250 hectares to do investment in rice production and some other areas across the country. So 100 days, that's what we did.
Okay, so I sat when we sat listening to you keenly, it's like the entire 100 days, a greater portion of the period went to policy formulation. Okay, then the next question is, former President Barack Obama said, and I quote, "Be truth to what you say on paper." When do we expect these things to be actualized?
Well, we have in fact started implementation of our plan, but it's going to become full blown or come into full blown implementation beginning January of 2025. That's the target. But we will start some work. We have in fact begun some work. We will talk about content tour, but it was actually intended to get some of the first hand information that we need for the implementation cycle. We have already started working with some of our development partners to ensure that they incorporate some of the commitments
Mhm.
we have in that strategy or in the plan in that next fiscal planning. We are going to be holding a meeting with our donor partners in the agriculture sector on the third year of this month. In that meeting, we're going to be agreeing on what we will do together, and we're going to be agreeing on what component of the plan they could be able to support. We are also going to be soliciting their views on some of the issues that we need to address to be able to have this plan fully implemented. But again, not just our donor partners, but a greater portion of this is the responsibility of our government because the government is the driver. So we have the plan, categorized into two components. We got the value chain support programs. All the crops and livestock and other activity that we intend to undertake in the agriculture sector will all fall under there. We have allotted almost more than $600 million to that plan. In fact, the plan is generally 712, pretty close $730 million for 5 years. So of that total amount, our government is supposed to be responsible for contributing about 30%
Mhm.
of the cost that is associated with all value chain development projects. Our government is going to be responsible for 60% of the cost of what we call the cross-cutting issues. And those cross-cutting issues include issue like capacity building,
Mm-hmm.
issue like mechanization, because mechanization crosses across all of the value chains that we're going to be developing. Because capacity, agriculture extension, capacity building, cut across all of those. So we boil them into cross-cutting issues. We expect that our government will be able to provide 60% of the resources needed to implement that component of the project. And all of the 600, $713 million, approximately $30 million, our government will need to invest around $244 million over the next 6 years if we want to see agriculture at its full capacity.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. Before Magdalene come, and as a matter of fact, this thing is being recorded. We're very concerned because year in, year out, government in, government out, the agricultural sector, yeah, it is an evergreen situation. But this one, we want to hold you people accountable after 6 years. That if we really need full substance, this is the amount we need to invest. But what is the political will?
Well, from the executive mansion, His Excellency the President has committed to supporting the implementation of the project of the plan.
Mhm.
We know the government has prioritized agriculture. In fact, at the cabinet retreat, it was emphasized that agriculture is a top priority. While we might be having challenges with some of the resource mobilization effort right now under the current fiscal regime, we are sure that the government moving forward will invest in the agriculture sector. I think that will happen.
Okay, so Magda,
Yeah. So it's like are you starting at first? Because I listen to you. You talk about the National Agriculture Development Plan. You're doing assessment, the tour. So and you took over from someone. I don't know whether they did they leave anything a report informing you of some of the challenges in the agri segment or in the agri sector.
Well, when we talk about, we saw a handover note, and let me say, we are not saying that we are starting from zero. I know there have been efforts in the sector over the years to improve productivity and enhance the capacity of actors. We got a couple of projects that we came and met at the ministry already supporting our farmers. We also want to acknowledge our plan is not the only plan that has been developed. Our plan try to synchronize what other policies have put in place so that we can have a consolidated direction provided for our actors to be able to act appropriately. We know before we came to the ministry that there has been the right development strategies in place developed by the previous administration that is supposed to that set a target on taking us to self-sufficiency in rice production, for example. So what our plan tries to do is to provide means of taking us to this self-sufficiency.
Mm.
That's why we set specific target within the plan, which we believe when we achieve those targets, we should be able to achieve or realize self-sufficiency in rice production and other food commodity that we've targeted out of there. But there have been other policies around now that
So
they've studied.
yeah, I listened to you. You said we going to start. I mean, 2025, but there are other projects that are going to be undertaken. You care to tell us about some of those? I don't want to say. Let me say minor projects. I don't know how should I put it. Those projects before 2025 can come.
No, no, no. We are not saying we will start 2025. We are already actually doing some work. We are implementing some of the strategy or some of the target we set in the plan. We are already taking some action on them, but we actually intend to scale out implementation in 2025 and
Okay.
moving forward. But we started. But in the meantime, there are projects, there are programs at the ministry, two major projects sponsored by the World Bank, three by IFAD, that is the Tree Crop Extension Project 1 and 2, and then they also have the BCRP, which is supporting rice and other commodity production on IFAD, and the World Bank project, the Reed Trap and Star P, are also there supporting. They've been supporting farmers, and they continue to do that. So whatever they are doing, we intend to scale those out doing the maybe moving forward. That's why we said in 2025 we intend to scale out whatever we are doing. But some of the targets set in the national plan that we developed
Mhm.
have already kicked off because if you see, we told you earlier we are trying to do 1,000 hectare in Forma.
Mhm.
That the Forma project is actually aligned with what we developed in the National Development Plan for Agriculture Development. We are doing a couple of them in other counties, but by 2025 we intend to scale out implementation of all of the different aspects of the plan. That's what we
Okay.
said.
So you talk about farmers, some farmers benefiting from some of your development partners projects, and how are you getting these beneficiaries? I mean, local farmers.
Well, the Star P project, for example, that provides assistance to farmers engaged in different value chain, including agribusiness development, is targeting farmers who already have existing, enterprises. So if you were say you are involved in oil palm production, you want to scale up, they give you a margin grant that helps you to scale out your production or maybe acquire new equipment that will strengthen your capacity for value addition. And then the RETRA also does similarly. They have facility where they provide margin grant and also provide direct grant to cooperatives and farmer group enterprises, agribusiness, maybe ventures. They provide resources to support scale up their activities. And under the TCP or TCEP,
Mhm.
the TCEP project in Lofa and Nimba are supporting farmers who are engaged in, say, tree crop like cocoa. We're supporting cocoa farmer, but they are also doing some rural infrastructure to create access to market. You will see some of the feeder roads in Lofa Nema are actually constructed through the TISA project. So they
Okay.
are trying to create the enabling environment for farmers who are in those communities to have better market access and improve their income through the production and sales of agricultural commodity, especially with the plan to scale up production. Raw asset will be critical for those of our farmers who are in the most productive but challenging counties in this country, such as Lofa, Nema, and other areas where the farmers are more productive and concentrated.
Okay, so with that, let's move on to the next one chronologically. That next is before the cabinet retreat. You were out and about into the hamlets. You totally visited three counties. You did not go to speak or wine and dine. You were looking for something. And what did you find in those counties?
Well, the county tour took me to Bond County. In fact, the first 2 days, we used the first 2 days for our validation. And then from Bond County, we went to Lofa County, specifically in the Zozo, Kolahun, Fuya, Kwadiboli, and Bojaba districts, where we interacted with farmers. In Lofa County, we know Lofa has a great potential in supporting some of the critical value chains that we have in our national plan, specifically rice. Rice is one of the commodities that we want to ensure Liberia has a greater degree of self-sufficiency in its production. So we went to Foya. We saw places like the Makona River.
Mhm.
Makona River has vast lowland that is suitable for production of rice right here. So we were able to go and assess the dam facility there because if the dam that we have at Makona is rehabilitated, it's possible that Liberia will, that part of the country
Mhm.
can actually produce 3 times a year. And with 3 times a year production, output is definitely going to be high and we could achieve some of
The
our
dam you're
objectives.
talking about is water storage, right?
Then, yeah, water storage to support the irrigation facility. We want
Okay.
to link the dam to the irrigation facilities so that the farmers who will be producing on those pieces of land around the Makona River can have water around for production around here so that they can produce more than once or twice a year. And then we also went to the Fangonda, community
Mhm.
where they have also vast area of land that was used in the past for rice production, but the infrastructure there that supports irrigation, the dam again is damaged. So we assess it. We are going to be looking at what we can do to support that. While in Lofa, we were able to identify 350 hectares of lowland that we are going to be supporting farmers to cultivate on. We're going to be doing 100 of those around the Makona River area. We're going to be doing 250 of those in the Fangola area, where we have great potential to scale our rice production. We left Lofa, we came to Bone County and stopped over for a day. We went to some of the communities, including the Nama, and we went to a place called Zowinta, where we saw jubilant farmers who are very energetic. They are upbeat to support the president's vision to make us self-sufficient in
So we
rice
turn
production.
around the bomb mines end.
No, we didn't go to Palm Mines area.
Okay.
The Palm Mines we went there before, but it's part of the second leg of our tour.
Okay.
We went to Upper Bond County. So we went to Zowinta. In the Zowinta community, we were able to identify some potential rice farmers who told us there is a possibility of cultivating about 128 hectares of lowland for rice production. We committed ourselves to supporting them, and right now the team is in the field trying to survey and give us the precise quantity of land that they have access to so that we can support them to start cultivation this year and scale our investment next year through some of our support we got through our partners. And then from Bonn, we went to Lima County. Lima, we were unable to go to all of the area we would have loved to go, but we began with the Bain facility. We toured there. We saw the Mampepia Women Cooperative, Multi-Public Cooperative Women Group. We saw them. We
Mhm.
spoke to them. We left and went to other areas. We went to Tapeta. We went to Sakipie. In the Tapeta region, we saw also great potential for rice production. So we committed ourselves to developing about 200 hectares in the Tapeta region. The potential is there. The farmers are hardworking, they are willing to work. All they need is the support from us as government and our development partners. So we went there. And then we went to Bindi. Bindi is historically one of the predominant rice production areas in this country. We went to Bindi, we spoke to the cooperative there and the other farmer group. One of the challenges that they said they had was the same thing with irrigation. The dam has problem. Got three facilities, three dams that supply the irrigation infrastructure. So we are currently through the Star P project trying to rehabilitate one of the dams. We have told the facility operators to give us an idea of what we need to do to have the three dams functional. Because if we put the three dams on a product or make them functional, the entire Bindi field becomes productive. Then of course will be heading to producing massive amount of rice beginning December.
Okay, so I was just about to ask, when do we see production in full swing? Will those visit? And rice mainly, I want to believe, was the reason why you went out. But tell me, you said you saw jubilant farmers in the Zuwenta area. What did they tell you? What have been hampering their food production?
So let me just answer your first question. We talk about timing.
Hmm.
All of the area we identify, we have begun immediate action. We have begun taking immediate action to make sure they get on a production this year. The Fangonda area where we identify 250,000 hectares, we have begun their preparation there.
Hmm.
The next step will be the construction of the dam. But for now, because we are approaching the wet season, they are able to produce between now and December because the rainy season will be there. So the farmers right now are working. We've been able to facilitate some of the activities. They are working right now, clearing land and preparing the land for transplant, for planting and transplanting. And then in the Zoental area, our team is there in the field trying to survey those pieces of land that we spoke about because they are not in one area. We want to identify where they are. So we are taking action to make sure that the 128 hectares that were spoken about is brought on a production this year. In the Tapeta area, we have facilitated already. We have our team there also working, and we are working on providing the resources. If you went back there in June or July, we are expected to see people producing, and production should be at its peak. So your question was about
What did they tell you?
what the
What have been
challenge.
hampering?
Yes, all of the farmers. One of the key things they told us was, well, especially with the women, right? They said they want to scale up, but the traditional use of hand tool is a challenge. They wanted to have access to farm equipment, not farm tools, but they want
Mhm.
equipment to be able to support their productive activity or production.
Meaning the muscle can no longer.
Hmm.
Oh,
Mhm.
that
Yeah,
is.
when you see the big field,
Mhm.
and the farmer tells you I need power tiller, you can agree with that they need power tiller
Yeah.
because the power tiller will make the work easier,
Mhm.
at least. And the president has always said that if we want to scale up, if we want people, the young people and women to get into agriculture, we need to be able to make the job easier. And you
Mhm.
can only make the job of farming easier when you introduce mechanization. So the president is clear that he doesn't want to see our women, our young people, given hand tools. He wants to see them given small farm machines that will make the work easier for them.
Mhm.
So that's what we are committed to. And the farmer themselves raise those issues. They have issue with access to market, road condition in some of
Mhm.
the areas. It's a challenge. They also have access to market in terms of the demand for that product. In Nima County, in Lofa County, they told us the issue of market. In Foya, for example, we saw a group of women who
Mhm.
produce the okra.
Mhm.
They told us in the wet season, they are able to produce. In fact, the last year at one production site, they were able to do 50 bags of okra. But because of the challenge with road, they were unable to access the market here in Monrovia. Sometimes they have to take advantage of the cross-border trade and
Sell
trade,
it into Guinea.
sell it to Guinea. But then once the Guineans know that it's in surplus supply, then they honor prices.
Yes.
So which is reasonable because that's economic theory, right?
Mhm.
So what they were telling us in that location is we want this small value addition equipment, processing equipment, right? There is
Mhm.
something that will dry the okra, for example, in the case of the okra, when we talk about it, that dries the okra
Mhm.
and processes it into powder where the farmers can actually store it longer and sell it on the market. So they got the processing equipment they talk about. And then in the Bendy area, the people were specifically talking about construction of their dams so that it facilitates, the irrigation infrastructure they have there to supply them water regularly. Because right now they only produce once because no irrigation, but they assure us that if the dams are constructed and there is regular supply of water continuously, they are able to produce 3 times a year, which could scale up their capacity to produce more food. And then in the Fangonda region, the same thing. Why it's true that they are doing, 250 acres this year, the potential to scale up is around 600 hectares. So there are additional 200 or 350 hectares that they can actually develop. So what they were really talking about is the water supply.
Mhm.
They said they want the dam to be constructed so that the irrigation infrastructure can be rehabilitated to allow them to produce continuously. So across the production zone, for those who are into the food crops, we have consistent demand. Their request is help with the infrastructure that support production. We don't want to, and we agree with them. They are tired with this, shifting agriculture. They want to be able to be in a specific place where they produce and earn some decent income. And then those some part of NEMA, they were specific about road infrastructure because they are producing, but their production as a result of their hard work, they're not generating any revenue because most of what they produce perishes during the wet season when they have no access to the market as
Storage,
a result of
market, and storage.
as a result of all.
So, Mr. Minister, you're doing this You identify those hectares and you say works have immediately begun on what basis? Private or public or private public relationship
Oh,
or communal farming? Which one? Or individual farming?
it is not communal. We are not doing communal farming. Some of these facilities are actually operated by cooperatives.
Okay.
The cooperatives have membership that decide to work together and then they co-invest. But what we're doing as a government through our partners or our partners are supporting us do is to facilitate their investment into productive activities. So in the 250, for example, that we are doing in Lofa County, we are using some of the resources from the ReTrap project that is, funded through RDA credit through the World Bank. We are using some of the resources to support those in the Fangonda area because we have something already there. We do the Fangonda. We intend to use whatever allotment that was made through the budget because the legislature gave us more money, 2.5, and they want to use it to support right production. So we want to be able to use that money to construct some of the dam this year, rehabilitate the dam and the irrigation facility so that by January, full production will take place in those areas. And then we continue doing it for three production cycle moving forward.
Okay, you're tuning in. This is State of the Nation. The Minister of Agriculture, J. Alexander Nuta, is our guest. Of course, this is the agro segment on State of the Nation. Today is Tuesday, the 28th of May 2024. Uh, Minister, before we go into the yeah, I think we concluded. Let's go to the cabinet retreat recently here last week. I heard you last evening on ELBC. You were talking about some intervention made in vegetable sector and giving hope to those women who are found along the boulevard selling fresh vegetables. You want to drill us a little bit into some of those interventions?
Okay, when the arrest agenda was formulated, one of the pillars under the agriculture, or one of the activities under the agriculture pillar in the arrest is to standardize our agriculture commodity market. And that standardization we thought to begin with the vegetable sellers.
Mm-hmm.
So at the Catholic Junction,
Mm-hmm.
there have been this group of women who sell there. You will see them with fresh
Yes, they're always there. Mm-hmm.
tomato. So one time I was just driving after I was appointed and confirmed. I was driving and then I stopped over. I saw these women. When you go, you see, okay, how much for this watermelon? For example, they would take the watermelon in their hand, lift it up, and knock it and say, well, this is 1,000. And take another one, this is
That's the
10,000.
measurement of pricing.
Yeah,
Sometimes when you hit it on the knuckle, when
yeah,
you hear the sound, it's taking it,
yeah.
then the
Then
pricing.
the price. So it was confusing to me. So I said, oh, okay. So what is this all about? Then it dawned on me that we needed to standardize because if you standardize agriculture commodity market, you are able to estimate to some degree of accuracy income that these farmers generate from their activity on the traders. So we promised them that we were going to do something about it. And I went back to the ministry and talked over with my team. And we decided to rehabilitate that place because they had a structure there, but we wanted to do it better
Mm-hmm.
to improve it and begin our standardization drive from there. So that place is a pilot project.
Mm-hmm.
What we did there was to refurbish the building, train the ladies who are selling there to be able to weigh the vegetable. This time around, when you go there, they should take the pineapple or the watermelon or the avocado and put it on the scale and say, okay, this is
Mhm.
5 kg
Mm-hmm.
and 1 kg is $200. So yesterday, after the delegation, I went to buy, and then the lady took a big watermelon and put it on the scale and weighed it. I said, how much is that? She said, oh, 12 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
12 pounds. I said, okay, how much per pound? She said, okay, each pound is 200 Liberian dollars. So how much do I pay for the 12 pounds? She said 2,400. I was happy because At least she's not weighing it and just tell me this is
Mhm.
2004.
Mhm.
At least I can see it is weighed and it is 12 pounds and I'm paying 12 pounds for 12 pounds, knowing that each pound sells for $200. So with that, you gave them the opportunity. If that lady brings in watermelon and she brings in 100 bulbs and weighs them and know where I got, say, 300 or maybe I got 1,000 pounds
Mhm.
and I'm selling each of these pounds for $200, you are able to multiply and know, okay, I'll make 200,000 like Liberian from watermelon.
Mhm.
You can estimate the revenue can generate
Accurately.
a certain level of accuracy. So that's what we intended to do. So we did the first over there. We intend to scale that out into other areas in Monrovia. On our plan right now, we have already identified 5 or 4 additional locations in addition to the one we did over there. We intend to do those as pilots and then scale up to the local market where we train our farmers to use skill. We want to standardize the market.
Mhm.
You can't continue to put power. You go to buy pepper, it's a power. The power sometimes, they either
Depends
lose
on the
or we
size of
lose.
depend on the size of your pound.
So we want to be able to see. It's a difficult task, but I think it's doable. We want to be able to see our farmers in our local markets using skill. You want to go buy rice, no summer cup. Put the rice on the scale and say, well, 1 kilogram of rice is $25. Or 1 kilogram of rice or pepper is $20, so that people will know how to
So the
use it.
skill at the pilot project, you provided it?
Yeah, we provided the skill, we trained them, and you see the price bulletin. We provided a bulletin. So what we're going to be doing at the Ministry of Agriculture will be to do the regular market survey
Mhm.
and provide the average price for this commodity and take it to them. If you went there today, you will see that there is a bulletin in there, and it's also up there where you will see the prices for each of those commodities. So if you buy avocado, they'll tell you how much for a pound of avocado. You will see it on the wall, and they'll weigh it and then you purchase it. That's what we are doing.
Okay, so it is the moment and it has come to interact with the public. Liberians are so eager to produce food, and it is the government, the Minister of Agriculture, has seen the need to believe that the muscles can no longer feed ourselves. The people don't want tools, they want implements, they want machines, tillers, and stuff like that. And I bumped into an agriculture advertisement and saw they giving tricycle, except that the age range they said from 8 years to 35. So I said, well, I cannot benefit from this tricycle, but exclusively for agriculture. So I was saying, my goodness, why they have to add
Liberia?
age? Yes, 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 and too many good things
That,
happening.
that you're aware of it?
I'm aware
Hmm?
of it. You know what? We
Yeah,
want to support
why
the
you set the
youth.
age?
We want to support the young people. Agriculture, our approach is the value chain approach, right? In the agriculture value chain, there are different actors. You have the producers, those who are on the farm growing the crops, or who have the livestock producing the doing the producer. From production to consumption, too many things happen there. You need other service provider. You need people to take the commodity from the farm to the market. Those are service providers. They provide transport services. And on our retrap project, we specifically targeted the young people to give them the tricycle in the rural community to be able to move around communities and collect the produce from the farmers and take it to the market for them. Because some of these young people have become aggregators. That means they buy from the producers and go and trade to other traders who will buy it and sell it to other people for consumption. So to facilitate that movement, we get a tricycle in to be used into those hard to reach community that will need it.
The three
Uh,
counties you visited?
we got some right now in Bonn, we got it in Lofa, we were in Vanderman when they were assembling that. We also have it in Nema County.
Okay.
Those 3 counties
How
together.
many to a
We
community?
brought in more than 400 pieces of those.
Wow, they come in like hundreds. Always.
Hundreds.
Yes.
400 plus of them.
Please don't forget about us in Bombay. So yeah, my son is within the age range, and
The boys of mine.
no chief.
I've been to a place
Yeah,
in Lofa County. It's a Zigrita. I mean, it's not Zozo.
Zigida.
Either.
That is your in Konya. You take the road from Konya on the right hand
Yeah,
side when
yeah,
you're going to Fonjama. Yes, yes.
the people have this innovative way of constructing that road. The road, when we got there, you don't drive a car on the farm road.
Mhm.
They themselves use their hand to construct it. The tricycle does very well there. So people in the type of communities, if you get in the tricycle, they fully utilize it. But again, it's not free. Sometimes you got to get it and pay small thing for it
Yes,
because
I saw it.
it's a business,
I
right?
said I saw that there was a cost sharing scheme
Cost
between
sharing scheme.
the receiver and the government. Yes,
Yeah.
I saw it. I saw
So that
it.
it can be a revolving, using
Yes.
money to do other investment that will benefit themselves.
So we got farm in Bomio.
You are from Bombay, really?
She's talking
We
about
we got farm there.
you don't have fun. Stop. You just
No,
have to country
Bombay,
rights.
Bombay is one of the counties that we will pay specific attention to because you
Why?
see, maybe it's proximity to the urban area. We want to see
Yes.
whether we can use Bombay as a major maize production hub, grow more corn. You can also do more cassava.
Okay.
They
So
may not
please,
be friendly.
please plan a visit to Crispo Agro Investment, just around the DC Clark Town area, going towards Jirejua, the
I
hometown
will
of former
arrange it for
president.
that. If you
And
want that to go there, you have to talk to
it
me.
is a nice setup. Your humble servant owns the property, the farm intervention. I'm going to write you an official invitation to visit. The
Good.
president owes me the visit. He promised that he's going to visit me. So
I'm on my way back to Lofa in July
okay,
because I want to go and see the progress we've made since we left it. I want to go to
Okay.
Fagoda and see that's growing
okay,
because we have initiated that investment. I told the guy in charge, I said, look, I'm coming back in July. If I come back in July, the next trip I will be making will be in September when I will be here to see the harvest. We are committed to doing that. So
excellent,
I'll be on my
excellent,
way.
excellent. 0777 285961 0777 285961.
Hello?
Because of time, 1 minute per caller.
Hello?
Leave the pleasantries. Go straight into the discussion.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Quickly.
Good afternoon to your guests. I'm Show from District 4, and this is the voice of.
I just told you. Oh, yeah, my brother.
All right.
Anyway,
This is Magdalene, and I want to ask this question. Some of what we grow in our country, sometimes we grow them by season. Say, for example, the mango, the oranges, and all of that. So I care to ask the minister, what is the minister doing at the level of the ministry when it comes to this issue of preservation?
All
Thank you
right.
for having me.
Thank you
thank
so
you.
much. Yeah. Hello? Hello? Yes. Quickly. 1 minute. Yes, sir. Hello?
Kona, go ahead.
Okay. Mhm. All right, Chief. All right. Thank you. Hello? Hello? All right. Hello?
Good afternoon, Magdalene, and good afternoon to Chris and our studio guest.
Yes, sir. Quickly. 1 minute.
My name is D. Wesley Yoyer, and I call you from Marrakech, GSA Road. I want to ask the guests in there, what were some of the disadvantages of having this county agriculture program like the used to be the PCADP, something like that, and other counties thing? What is the disadvantage that we can't get involved in?
Okay. Yeah. Hello.
Yeah. Good afternoon, Magdalene.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, Minister. This is Abraham Fagama speaking from Zubata. Yeah. We have a very, very large lowland in the Zubata area, extending to Tuporo and the rest of these areas. We are challenged by things that can be solvable, especially by the minister. When it comes to ownership issues, how can the minister help us in this direction? We are referred to as urban community farmers multi-purpose cooperative.
All right.
We
Okay.
are by
o-
space. Yes.
Okay.
The next thing quickly,
No, Mr. Sakama, please, sir, I have to let you go. I mean, just a minute to call us ask one question because we are running out of time. Yeah, hello.
Yes, hello, please. This is Mr. Lackey calling from Nigeria County.
Yes,
I
1 minute,
appreciate the
sir.
gentleman in the first there. I just want to know what would the ministry do or what can the ministry do for people who are dealing with substitutes when it comes to rice, stuff like and those potatoes? Is there any chance that the ministry can help that entity? Thank you for getting my call.
Okay, sir. Thanks for sticking in time. Yes, 0777. Yes, hello.
how are you?
Yes, I'm good, sir.
Go to the minister, minister, for your deliberation this afternoon. But what I suggest to you is please, agriculture students, there is the idea of agriculture people being in white collar jobs. So please put people in the field so that they can do the work. Actually, usually say something about Jews, whilst we say it is political,
Okay. All right. Okay. Yep. You take more phone?
I'll take two more. Two
Two
more. We
more?
have to go.
Okay. Yeah. My people have, yeah. So 0777285961. If you slip out, you can try again. Hello? Yeah. Yes. Good to have you on.
Quickly, go ahead, Chief. Yeah, yeah, go ahead, Chief.
What's her name again? What's her name again? I got the question. Okay. Thanks for placing your call. All right. Yeah. What?
I think it's enough now. We can. We beyond.
Okay.
We're beyond.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So, Minister, you heard the callers.
I didn't get the last.
You can address them in 3 to 4 minutes.
Yeah, if you took note of one of the other callers who talk about substitute, what place do you have for edos,
Yeah,
cassavas,
I
and
got
the
that.
same question. That's the same
For the
question.
last.
Yeah, that's why he even mentioned.
Oh, all
Yeah,
right.
it was repeated.
All right. Thank you. Let me address it from the first. The first person talk about seasonality of agriculture. Product. Like he mentioned, the plum high, it perishes during the abundant season, and then out of season we won't get it. These concerns were considered. That's why we developed the zero post harvest loss strategy. In the zero post harvest loss strategy, we got specific intervention. We come up with a specific strategy for supporting our farmers in the area of preservation. There are specific commodity, vegetables, and fruit crops that we will be trying to introduce specific methods and facilities to support farmers in the preservation of these food crops. So we have the strategy in our post-harvest loss management strategy. The second caller spoke about the disadvantages of BCDP and BCDP, LCADP, and CADP. Those are the ADP, ACDP project that we have in the country. Well, I don't know what he meant by disadvantages, but these projects were great. We know under the BCADP, the LCADP, or what we
I think you're
call
talking about challenges why they're not being, on again, because the last time the last time what prevented the fair from going on was due to financial constraint.
hmm.
Yes, that was what I learned. So I don't know.
So the CADPs across the country, we know they did a lot in improving our farmers' access to resources for production. Like you will see cooperatives across the country in the area of cocoa, coffee, and other tree crops. They even invested in rice production. They were able to develop some of the lowland areas we have in this country that supported production. But again, these were projects that were time bound, financed through RDA facilities from the World Bank. They came and went. So we have other projects that are doing similar thing that they did, but maybe with different terms of engagement. So yeah, we know resources are a problem, but this project phased out prior to the war, and today we have projects that may not have the same structure as they do, but some of the projects are also supporting farmers. Like we talk about the retrap, the Star P, the IFA TCP projects, and other projects that are in the country supporting farmers. At the time the BCADP, LCADP were here, we never had the retrap or the Star P. The resources were much deployed in different ways, but today we have other things happening. So there were more advantages than disadvantages that I can talk about here. So somebody was talking about the Zubatan Swamp. At the Ministry of Agriculture, I remember the first time I came here, I spoke about the Urban Agriculture Development Program, the Para-Urban Agriculture Program. We'll talk about that. We have been able to recruit some of the beneficiaries that will be targeted to receive support from us. And lowland development is one of the critical or key aspect of that para-urban agriculture program. We have been able to work with some of our farmers, our urban farmers, to identify most of the lowland. I think Zubata land is part of those. We'll be able to identify around 200 hectares around the city. We will be looking for the resources to utilize it there to make sure that these lowland that are in the urban area are put into production, not just for food, but also it will serve us for sanitation purposes. Because when these swamps are used for production, they are not dirty, so people will not be able to contract some of the other illnesses because we're not going to let them dormant. We're going to put it into production and generate some food for ourselves. And somebody spoke about substitute for rice.
Mhm.
You know, we have spoken about dietary diversity. Dietary diversity is very important. In Liberia, we have too many other food crops that we can eat daily, but the president joked about rice at the ministry or at the cabinet retreat. He said he doesn't eat rice, but he eat rice 7 times a week. So if he eat rice 7 times a week, he doesn't like rice. So every Liberian, if you don't eat rice, you are not eating anything.
Mhm.
But in our plan, we are not just focusing on rice. Under the food crop pillar, we are looking at rice, expanding rice production, but also focusing on cassava, maize, and vegetables.
Mhm.
If you grow more maize or corn, we're not going to be using everything for the poultry industry. There will be other derivative of maize that could be used in household diet. That will help for those who would not go just for rice. Find your maize meal on the market, you know, that you can purchase and consume in the form of your choice. So we are going to be creating options for people who want to have other food. Is that's what the plan is intended to achieve. And the last one, the person talked about okay, agriculture. There are people who get trained agriculture, but then they look for white collar job. I think that how I understood his question. What we are doing at the Ministry of Agriculture is to train master farmers at our institution or to support the training of these master farmers, right? We have been trying to partner with 6 community colleges that we invited to the Ministry of Agriculture. We are working with them through memorandums of understanding that will enable us to support their involvement in mechanized farming at their facilities. With mechanization, the students who go to these colleges and do agriculture will have passion for agriculture. So when they graduate from these universities or colleges, they are not going to be sitting to look for jobs. They will see the benefit of agriculture. They will appreciate the field, not just for job seeking, but as a source of income creation, where they themselves can become employer. That's the essence. We want the law for agriculture or farming to be developed at the level of the training institution, where
Mhm,
our higher education,
mhm.
students are mostly concentrated. We want to bring in master farmer. We want to be able to train master farmer, not just theoretical agriculturalists.
Okay, thank you very much. Two quick questions as we go. You take 1 minute each. One, what are the plans for a seed bank structure maybe in our country? Last time we were trying to buy seedlings, not seedlings, but
Seeds.
pre-germinated seeds, oil palm. We had to go to Cote d'Ivoire, right?
Mm.
And the Ivorian are telling us the time it would take to come, you have to immediately pluck it into the polythene bags. And you look all over here, you don't find it. And this now only oil palm, cocoa, and stuff like that. Are there any plants?
Yeah, there are plans. In fact, I think we have a project that will be implemented by Africa Rice. That project we have told them, made it clear that we want to use that project for local seed production and multiplication. So we should be able to produce the seeds that are adaptable to our climatic condition here in Liberia and multiply it for our farmers. What we have done at the Ministry of Agriculture right now, we have a seed garden in Nima County.
Mhm.
That seed garden is around 13 hectares of cocoa planted. That seed garden has started producing seeds. We are going to be using the seed produced from the seed garden to supply our farmers. So the issue of cocoa seed, we are hopeful that in the next 1 to 2 years it should be resolved. Liberia should produce the seed that is needed to produce or to support the farmers. We are going to do a couple of those in the major production area, but also, we want to be identifying for the area of rice. We want to be identifying specific farmer organization that will only be producing seeds. They're not producing paddy. They will be trained to produce seed for the local market to supply to other farmers. The same with some of our higher vegetable,
Mhm.
just for seed production. We want to be able to support that and train the people who can do that.
Okay, lastly,
Mhm.
what is this news about? Is it a gossip? News about Vietnamese, Indians, and Chinese are on their way purposely for large scale rice production?
Well, that would be good news, but we have not seen that yet. We have seen some African come in, they want to invest in our rice sector. We are having conversation with them.
Okay.
It would be great if our Chinese friends can come in, if our Vietnamese friends can come in, because they are the one, and our Indian friends can come in. They are the one who Asia is a rice
Yes, that's
production
yes,
continent, so they
yeah.
have better technology. The Chinese were here before. The Chinese were Makona, the Chinese
Mhm.
were at Madawi, the Chinese were, in fact, in Grand Cape County, Gawala area. They were producing rice all around. So if they are coming back with real investment, we'll be happy to scale up. Our target is to do 50,000 hectares. So if we can have the investors to come and invest in those areas, we'll be happy.
Thank you very much, Mr. Minister. What another what is another encounter with you? As I said, the promise the last time we can do this intermittently when the need arises. You never disappoint. I've seen text messages. In fact, some want us to increase the time. Every time you come on the agro segment, 1:30, I mean 1 hour, 30 minutes, but we have to arrange that. But it was a wonderful conversation. Thanks so much for coming. We're honored by that.
Thank you, Chris, and thank you, Magdalene, for the opportunity to come and sit here and speak to our people. We are always available and willing to tell the people what we do in the sector. And we are grateful for the opportunity that you provide us to be able to speak to our people. We look forward to another interaction. let me know whenever you need me to come over, I will come over. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. As a matter of fact, um, there's an upcoming symposium on of food production under our auspices. With so much done with food, and we will be very glad to have you there. Maybe speak to the participants. The farmers are coming signing up for the upcoming event. It is good that we pass this by the Ministry of Agriculture, and you. I hope you're not under the letter ready. I hope you're not under pressure because the appointing power, the president, it is his area, and you are there executing those policies. You oh. Yeah, we have to bring back again. Okay, Maggie, thank you so much. Tomorrow is the managing director of the Liberia Water and Sewer Corporation.
You sure?
I'm talking about Muhammad Ali. When we were in high school, we used to call him Golden Rice. Golden Rice.
Yeah, I can feel sorry for Mo Ali.
Mo Ali was member of the Cuisine. Mo Ali is now the managing director of the Liberia Water and Sewer Corporation. He worked exceedingly well during the campaign, and I want to believe, no wonder why he's the darling boy of last week. He was the darling boy of last week when he pumped water into Morovia for the first time in so many years. See you tomorrow. Tomorrow is Wednesday, and of course, we'll also bring you the Best Brain University out. Let's see you on tomorrow. That is Maggie. Thank you for the lineup.
Welcome. Your son driving you from on the air, like
Freedom ring. When we let it ring from Massachusetts and every hamlet, we were able to feed us that day.